Hi there, welcome to the kitchen at Westminster. Welcome to Saving Time with Margot. I'm Margot. This week we're going to make taco soup, which is a fun recipe. And you know what? Your kids will sit down and eat taco soup because tacos are fun. Everybody likes taco night. This is even easier. Honestly, look at this. We're gonna be done in no time. I'm looking at the time. It is not quite 20 after the hour. So we're gonna see how long this takes. I bet we're eating in less than half an hour. I've gathered up all the ingredients, and as you can see, once again, we've got meal kits to send to 4 people who could use the helping hand. Everything you need to make the soup. It's wonderful. Charlotte and I opened all these cans off camera because I have the worst can opener ever, and it's embarrassing. It required a lot of work. Poor Charlotte, I sprayed her a little bit with one of the cans. It was terrible. So I'm gonna buy a new can opener, mark my words. Follow me up on that. If you ever see me opening cans on camera, you'll know I invested in a can opener. This is so easy. We've got 2 cans of kidney beans. If you've got black beans in the house or something else, use them. Don't get nervous about the kidney beans. A can of diced tomatoes, a can of corn niblets, a can of tomato sauce. You need about a 2-cup size of tomato sauce. And I've got 2 cans of flaked turkey. Flaked chicken would work fine. If you've got ground beef, use a pound. But that's it. Kind of dribbled on me a little. Here's why I wear an apron, right? All of these things, and then you need 1 envelope of taco seasoning, thus taco soup, and 1 envelope of ranch seasoning, which just brings all the flavors together. It makes it, gives it a little je ne sais quoi. That's French. That's all the French I've got. We're not going to go further. All of these things together, and it's got bold color. It's delicious. I think it's going to be great. It's easy peasy. That's the other thing. If you've got kids and a decent can opener and you can trust them not to shred their fingers on anything, then this is a meal that they could start putting together easily after school, ready for you when you get home. I mean, this is all we're doing. Quick little trip on the stove. Even if they didn't turn the stove off, if all they did was get everything set up and in the pot so that you just have to turn it on, what a gift, right? What a good help that would be. Just be careful about the quality of your can opener. I'm gonna start, the only thing I'm going to drain are the kidney beans, and just because the water on kidney beans gets kind of a syrupy consistency to it from the beans. So I'm just gonna drain them through the colander, and then I will give them a little rinse after. I don't know, some people put that into their chilies and stuff like that. I just find the water on beans, not just kidney beans, all beans, it's just a little intense. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's just something that happens with the beans themselves. We'll let them drain for a minute. The turkey, chicken, whatever you're using, I'm gonna keep whatever liquid is in the can. I checked, it's just water and turkey broth, so nothing mysterious. So I'm just gonna put it in there because it's gonna have nice flavor for our soup. Why not, right? And I've got the 2 cans. If you only had 1 can, it's not gonna be the end of the world. I mean, I wouldn't say, oh, I can't make that soup if I've only got 1 can. Go ahead, make the soup, don't be silly. For that matter, if you don't have any, if you didn't have any flaked meat, canned meat, or ground beef, throw in an extra can of beans. I would replace the meat with a can of black beans and have 0 issue with that. That's another nice shot of protein. Can you imagine how protein rich this meal is? With the meat and the beans? Holy Dinah. This is a good healthy meal for everyone. I'm just with the fork breaking it up because it gets all stuck into one piece in the can. Just break it up like that. I'm using a fork, a potato masher would do the job. I wouldn't go at it with a spoon, you'd be a long time. So just break it up, and you don't have to at will on the stove, but I mean, we're here, this is a half-hour dinner. We can afford the 30 seconds to break up the meat. We're not running off. What a fun recipe for having on the stove on the weekend, and just let people, everybody's coming and going. You got a household with teenagers, you know what I'm talking about. People are coming and going all the time. Just keep it going on the stove, and everybody can just grab a scoop when they're going by. And it's a nice, healthy something. Those can go there. Look, I'm going to fill the blue bin. That's okay, better than the garbage can, right? So we've got 2 tins of turkey, 2 cans of beans, We're gonna do a can of corn, 1 can of corn. Again, I'm gonna keep that. I'll just double check, but I'm sure it's just water in here. Let's make sure before I'm telling stories. I don't wanna make things up. I cannot find, holy Dinah, it's small font. Thank you, computers that made this nonsense real, right? We couldn't do this before computers. Corn, water, sugar, salt, we're fine. So in it goes. And that's a good point. This has salt in it. So always keep that in mind then when you're adding salt in a recipe. If the turkey, the corn, the beans, they all have salt in them, probably don't need to add any salt. 1 can of corn. Now we're gonna do 1 can of diced tomatoes, which is just tomatoes, tomato juice, also some salt. You could be getting all those nice cans that say salt-free. I'm not that good, I'm sorry. You know what, I like salt. And salt makes things speak. You need it to preserve things, but also you can't bake something or cook something with no salt at all because it makes all the flavors talk. Okay, that's what gives it a voice. You have to go ahead and do that. 1 can of tomato sauce, you want at least 600 ml. So keep that in mind. Some of them are a little too small. That said, use whatever you've got. This is plain tomato sauce, but if you've got something with some other things going on in there, some more like a spaghetti sauce, I think it's fine. I mean, honestly, don't not make the soup because you've got sauce with basil in it, okay? Don't say, no can do. I didn't actually need that. Most of this came through. And then half a cup of water. So just half a cup in there. And then our 2 seasoning mixes. Look how easy this is, honestly. Like, we've been 6 minutes and I'm gabbing. The ranch mix, and don't skip out on the ranch mix. Don't think to yourself, why do I need that? Trust me, it gives it a little extra something. Otherwise, it's just tomatoes. So go for it. And the taco seasoning, now look on this one, I found cheesy taco seasoning, and I thought, well, who doesn't like a little cheese? So, I mean, it's probably artificial, but maybe not. But anyway, I just thought it sounded nice. If you've got cheese in the house, I bet a little grated cheese on top of your bowl of soup would be amazing. I'm never going to rip that open. I'm going to get some scissors. Or I'm going to act like a child and get all frustrated trying to rip that open. We'll just get the scissors and I'll save my dignity. There we go. In it goes any taco seasoning. Obviously, if you know your family loves spice, you can get these that are spicier than others and that kind of thing. I just stuck with, basic. I like the cheese thought. All of that is in there. Give me a minute. I'm just going to go off camera and rinse these beans off, and then we'll dump them in, get it on the stove. Okay, I just rinsed the beans, and again, just because I don't like that feeling of the water that collects on them. And in they go. Same thing. I'll just check the can of beans. I'm sure it says salt. And beans, water, salt. So, I mean, that's that. Again, we're definitely not going to add any salt. Everything's in our pot. Get a decent sized pot, and then I'm going to give it a stir off the heat just because then I don't risk making a mess on my stove. Just blending it all, mostly to make sure that those seasoning mixes are in there. This is hearty, like this is nice and thick. This is going to be a delicious soup. I feel really confident about it. It looks nice. If at some point we decide it's getting too thick, you could always I'll hold off and not throw my cans out, because if we decide we want to add some water, we can rinse the cans a little bit and use that. I promised Charlotte I wasn't going to talk about that, and then there I am talking about it. It was going to upset me. All right, we can move this to the stove. I'm just going to put it on medium heat. I don't want to stand here and police it, so I'm not going to put it on high heat where I'm going to have a problem. Just keep it on that medium-low heat, simmer away. It looks beautiful. Like if you could see, like look how thick that is. That is hearty soup. This is beautiful. If at some point I decide I'm going to add water, we'll come back on camera and do it together. But otherwise, it's now 2:30. That took us all of 10 minutes. Okay, can you imagine? 10 minutes, we're done. That's just cooking away. We'll come back when it's warm through and we're ready to put it in a bowl. See you soon. Okay, I've let the soup simmer for about 15 minutes. Honestly, it was a pretty good boil for a few minutes, and then Charlotte found it. And washed up the dishes. Like, the kitchen's clean. Let's serve soup. I'm gonna bring it over here. Charlotte, I don't know, can you see that soup? Like, it's beautiful. It's got so many delicious things in it, colors, look at all that. This is hearty soup. This smells divine, looks beautiful. Let's put a scoop in the bowl. When you're serving this soup, I think I said before, if you have some cheese, that would be a nice addition. And otherwise, maybe, I didn't add any water, by the way. If you didn't have cheese, a dollop of sour cream would be nice. Think about what you'd add to your taco: sour cream and cheese. So there we are in a bowl. And then I picked up corn chips because, come on, who wants crackers in taco soup? Put a couple on the top there. Look at that beautiful bowl of soup. That's really nice, and it smells so good. It smells so good. I'm going to convince Charlotte to have a little bite of dinner before she leaves here today. I think this is beautiful, and honestly, like, you could easily feed 4 people, if not 5 or 6 out of this pot, or have leftovers. If you have leftovers, I see no reason at all why you couldn't freeze this. I think it would freeze beautifully, especially if you're one person and you've made a big pot of soup. And I would also say, if you wanted to make this even heartier, if you cooked up some rice, you could put that on top of the rice and then just make a rice bowl out of it and mix it up together, and then it's going to be even more satisfying. Add all those carbs. Add carbs. Add carbs and then go for a run. This is beautiful. I'm excited about it. I think it's a really nice recipe. I'm happy to share this out in our community with folks who could use it. I hope that you make it. This was such an easy recipe. Go out and buy the stuff that you need. Have it on hand for the day when you don't know what you're going to do and you're short on time. We just made this in about half an hour, all said and done. Time we start it, cooked it, put it in a bowl, plus all the chatting, okay? Honestly, half an hour puts this on your dinner table. I'm gonna guess that probably 2, 4, 6, under $10 in ingredients. Make some taco soup. Don't hold off on it. I'm gonna see you again in March. I'm not sure when just yet, but one day in March, we're gonna do something else. Have a good time. 2 days ago was beautiful weather. Maybe by March we could call it spring. I hope so. Fingers crossed. I'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.